back. We're talking about hockey. We've got NHL 08 going up against NHL 2K8. It's our annual head-to-head battle between EA Sports and 2K Sports.
It's been going on for years now.
It has been going on for years.
Close.
But interestingly enough, the 2K games have generally done a little bit better, I think, critically. But EA's game has been steadily rising. Last year they did some interesting stuff with their skill stick, and they're changing things around this year. But let's start with graphics first. How do you think the graphics compare with these two hockey games?
Man.
There's no question here.
Dude.
No question at all.
EA's NHL looks, the character faces.
It's incredible.
Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, this is some of the best looking stuff I've ever seen in any sports game. You actually get the fully realized faces. Very impressive.
And I'm not saying the graphics in 2K8 are bad.
No.
They're still very good. The sweating down later in the game, the guys start sweating, the sweat leaping through the jerseys.
Oh, and I'll tell you what, too, the 2K8 game, I think the animations are a little bit smoother, a little bit more refined. Yeah. There seems to be a little bit more life in the characters as well, and I think that has more to do with the sort of gameplay AI stuff going on. 2K8, yeah, you're right. It looks good, just not as good as EA's game.
By a hair.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think EA is really elevated.
I still love 2K. I mean, the faces, they're not as, like, defined.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, when you're playing the game, you pan out and you see the emotion of everything, and 2K8 stands out. It's still slick. All right, but graphics, I think we both agree. NHL 08.
Does, yes.
Okay, now, audio. Very close race here, huh?
Man, the commentary in both games is excellent.
Excellent. Yeah.
I prefer the on-ice talk on the NHL, the EA version.
Yeah.
You hear the guys going, open.
I've been waiting for this forever in hockey games, and I've been, Tommy and I have reviewed sports games for a long time, and we've always complained, it's not supposed to be TV. We're not supposed to be pulled away. We're supposed to be on the ice.
Good chance to change it up here. They will as that puck's in the offensive end.
But I liked Bob Cool and Harry Neal as the play-by-play.
Definitely, the announcers in 2K.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And
classic
coming at you with the on-ice knowledge, the lingos.
Yes, both games have a pretty cool indie soundtrack. 2K8 has some block parties, some Tokyo Police Club, and EA's game has an excellent indie soundtrack, lots of good music. I've never heard of the bands, but that's what EA's all about. They want to promote this new up-and-coming artist.
EA's been doing a good job of it for many years now.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty tight race in audio. What do you think?
I'm going to give both a tie.
I agree. A tie in audio. Now, what about gameplay? This is where it really matters.
Well, for me at least, I found scoring in both games to be quite simple.
No bragging allowed here, all right? Every time we've ever matched up in any game of hockey, right from when I first met this guy 5 years ago, he's kicked my ass in hockey, and it was the same this year.
True to life this year. Once again, I own the ice.
But the gameplay, the variety here, they both use the right thumbstick to a degree, although with 2K8...
The use of the back button?
Yeah.
With their pro motion stick?
Yeah. It's tricky. I mean, I felt when I was playing 2K8 that I was having to deal and contend with every single button on the controller.
And on the 08 game, there's just 3 buttons.
Pretty much, you're just pressing the trigger to pass it up and down, but then you're doing pretty much everything with the skill stick.
I found that the EA was still lacking in their choice of gameplay options. You have your Dynasty mode,
they could have
EA World Tournament practice.
They could have had more. I think probably if you're looking for the feature set, if you're looking for everything in a box, the 2K8 probably delivers a little bit more of that.
I agree.
But I like where EA is going with the skill stick. So for that, I mean, even though there's more stuff to choose from 2K8, I had more fun playing NHL 08. What about you?
I preferred 2K8.
You prefer 2K8?
Just a little bit of the gameplay. There was a lot more game options in the mini games.
There is. So overall, which game did you like then?
Overall, I have to give both of them a tie. Giving them the same score. They each had their own little thing I liked, and they met in the middle with a little bit of stuff. So they're both, you can't go wrong with both of these games.
Giving them a tie, giving it to NHL 08. What are you going to give NHL 2K8?
I'm giving NHL 2K8 a 9.
8.5 for me. What are you giving NHL 08?
I'm going to give that one a 9.
9.5 for me. So there you go, 2 fantastic NHL games. If we go by the scores, we're going to give it to NHL 08.
Just barely.
It feels wrong to you, I know.
It does.
But they're both great. You can't go wrong. And, this is a great year to be a hockey fan and a sports game fan in general. Great stuff, guys. Today on the show, Jose and I took a look at Boogie. Good soundtrack, but the game gets boring pretty quickly. Guitar Hero 2 rocks the 80s. I couldn't stand the hair metal music, and this game doesn't have enough tracks or features to warrant, no pun intended, the full price. Alien Syndrome. It takes full advantage of the Wii controller, but the control sucks, and so does the boring game design. In Versus, it was NHL 2K8. The animations are outstanding and the game is loaded with features and modes, but the controls are more cumbersome than EA's game. We looked at that one against NHL 08, one of the most visually stunning sports games ever made, and the skill stick controls rock, but we would have liked some more gameplay modes in there. In the end, NHL 08 risks in a win based on our scores, but they're both excellent hockey games. The Rogers Video Game of the Week is NHL 08.
All right, stick around, it is hockey season.